Ballerina. Oh, Prima Ballerina? I love that story. Hola, ciao, guten tag, bonjour, konnichiwa. Oh, hey! Hello, everybody, you ready? Yeah! Oh my gosh. In the town of Cobble Hill, a yearly Prima Ballerina tryout to get into the Romanov Ballet Theater Company would attract ballerinas and dancers from all around the countryside. And one girl winner would get a scholarship. So the ballerina hopefuls practiced and practiced until their feet were sore, but they were so excited. And today was the big day. And the line was packed with beautiful ballerinas who were practicing for weeks, and the girls wore outfits in pink and coral and fuchsia and cream and magenta and lilac and paisley pink and seashell pink in all of the amazing colors for ballerina costumes. And designs had ruffles and feathers and tutus and sequins and even fur. And the girls were stretching and stretching. It was a big event that drew thousands of adoring fans and moms and parents. And all the girls were in line hoping to get the contract with the ballet theater company, the Romanov Ballet Theater Company. Oh, I want to get into the Romanov Ballet Theater Company. Me too, me too. Oh my gosh, to just dance and be one of the dancers in the ballet theater company would be amazing. And all the girls giggled and smiled. And they stood in line. And a young girl, Anna, is in line. Anna Delatis. And she was being pushed and shoved by someone. And Anna just had a simple outfit. It was just a black leotard uniform with light pink tights that had a hole in them. And they were very old. And her shoes were old and worn with bandages holding it together. And the shoe point was full of stuffed cotton. And the mean girl that pushed her was Marylin Hebert. She had on the most beautiful satin point shoes, light pink satin point shoes. Oh, and her costume was so elegant and beautiful, dark purple with sequins and a tutu with fur. And everybody was in line. Everyone had on expensive point shoes and were in the most beautiful costumes. And then the dance instructor walked up. Valdolf came up. Valdolf Romanov. He was famous choreographer for the Black Cats and American in Greece and its raining top hats. And the audience clapped as Valdolf walked on stage. And his sister, Valanka Romanov, she was the conductor of the orchestra, and she started playing the music, and the curtains opened. And Valdolf welcomed all the girls. Good evening, girls. Today we will have the dance competition to get into our prestigious dance company. And then in our dance company, one of you will be selected to be the Prima Ballerina. And he clapped. Let the dance begin. And the red, beautiful curtain opened. And the first girl dancer came out. And the first girl was Natalie. She was Russian, and she danced and spun. She did arabesque and two steps. She did ball change. She did kickball changes. She did releve and plies. And she just floated on the stage and in the air. And she danced to my big black cat. And the audience oohed and awed. Ooh, ah. And she bowed and left the stage. Students after that came on one by one, and they did their plies and releves and arabesque and two steps, and they did their ball changes and kickball changes and leapt and spun and twirled. And then there was a boy dancer, Teddy Kumawaka, and he danced on stage, and he flew up so high on stage like a gazelle, and he did a grand jeté, and he twirled and twirled around and around, and then he bowed. And everyone clapped because his grand jeté and his tournure was amazing. And next was Madeline. She was very confident and very self-assured. Madeline was so proud and self-assured. Madeline Sladavenskaya went on stage with her beautiful outfit in sequins. She sparkled. She was She was self-assured, and the music came on, and she danced and danced and spun around. She was dancing to the Silver Swan. Her eyes were intense. Her lines were graceful. She leapt and jumped and jumped. She spun and spun and twirled and twirled. She stretched out her hands, and she danced like a graceful swan. She pirouetted, and she did the grand jeté, followed by a double tourmaline. And she twirled and twirled and spun and spun. She looked like she was floating, and her toes were perfect. The audience oohed and awed. Ooh, ah, and everyone clapped and clapped, and she bowed, and the audience cheered wildly. And then several other student ballet dancers went on the stage and danced their hearts out. Finally, the last girl, Anna Delatiz, came on. The music started, and she was dancing to the White Princess. She jumped and leapt, and she plied, and she pirouetted, she tendued, she glacétade, and she grand battement. She did a pirouette and grand jeté, and even a double tourmaline. The audience gasped and gasped and oohed and awed. And then her shoe broke. Her shoe broke in the middle of her performance. She couldn't dance anymore as she tripped over her shoe, and the curtain closed. And Rudolph came on stage with Blanca, and they announced the girls that would be getting a contract to dance at the famous dance theater company. Gotta thank all the dancers. Thank you, girls, for your marvelous performances and all your training and technique showed today. And we were inviting several of you to dance in the Romanov Ballet Theater Company. And he called out the names. Natalie, the Russian dancer. Teddy Kumawaka, the boy dancer. Madeline Stolivanska. And they were all excited to begin training. And then he said, Waldorf, said, and one of you will become our Prima Ballerina in a production of Summertime in Paris. And Madame Stolivanska became so happy, and she beamed as she walked out, and everyone gave her roses. And Natalie and Teddy got their roses too. And poor Anna Delatiz, she was in the back with her broken shoes, and she was heartbroken. And her mother walked up in a plain dress, and her mother took her daughter's hand and said, "You shouldn't have come here. You need money and tutors to be able to compete with all these rich and noble kids. Look at all those nice shoes and stuff. This is not your place. You don't belong here. You're just gonna get heartbreak. And look at you, you're crying." And Anna had tears running down her cheek. And Madeline walked by with her beaming face and her roses, and she talked to Anna. "You could have broke your neck with those old shoes, silly girl," and walked off to her parents, who were dressed in a beautiful fur coat and beautifully groomed hair and beautiful shoes, and her father was dressed in a handsome suit, and everyone left to go celebrate. And Anna changed to her old dress, and she and her mother were about to walk out when Waldorf and Bianca walked up. "Oh, excuse me," said Waldorf. And Bianca, "Yes, excuse me, madame, is this your daughter?" "Yes, this is my daughter, Anna." "Oh," Waldorf said, "it was such an unfortunate that your shoes broke on stage. Otherwise, Anna, you would have been invited to be able to be in our theater company." Anna smiled, and Bianca said, "I see you have skill, but very rough. Who trained you?" And Anna said, I did. I just practice every day because I love dancing. I feel like my soul shines when I dance, and my arms and my feet are so happy when they're jumping in the air and spinning around." And Bianca said, "You trained yourself?" And Waldorf said, "You trained yourself?" No. And I said, "Yes, I danced in the forest. But but we would like to invite you to get a scholarship at our theater company, our dance theater company." What? Said Anna. And her mom said, No, it will only give her heartbreak and pain. All the other girls have nice shoes and clothes. I can't afford it, and she has to finish her chores. "Oh, but Mom," Anna said, "Oh, but Mom, I really want to be a dancer." And so her mom thought about it. And Waldorf said, "Your daughter could be a star one day." "Oh, star one day, but we're poor and we can't, and dancing takes so much discipline and practice. She has cooking to do and clothes to wash and clothes to fold. That's the only way that we can make money. We have to wash clothes for all the people in town, otherwise I won't have rent." And so Waldorf thought, And Bianca thought and thought and thought, what? Can she practice after she do her chores? And I said, yes, Mama, please let me be able to go do it. This is scholarship. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity. I love dancing. But only after she does her chores. So Anna promised her mom that she would do all her chores. And so she accepted the scholarship by Waldorf and Bianca Romanoff to be into the theater company. Oh, Mommy, thank you. But you don't have shoes, said her mom. Oh, I don't have shoes, that's right. And Bianca said, oh, I have a box of old shoes that you can look through and see if anyone fits. I kept all my shoes from dancing as a young girl. Oh, all right. I guess it's all right, Anna. But only after your housework is done. Oh, Mommy, thank you so much. Thank you, Mommy. Thank you, Mommy. So Waldo said, Monday morning sharp. Oh, thank you. So the first day of dance rehearsal at the Romanoff Ballet Theater Company, Madeline was stretching and stretching. She had no competition, and she was sure to be picked the Prima Ballerina. And then Anna walked in the door with her simple black leotard and light pink tights with the hole in it, and then her ballet slippers. Anna had on a pair of used light pink slippers, but she had stuffed cotton in them because they were still too big because none of the shoes had fit her right. Madeline's face turned green and her eyes seemed to glow red. Her face was burning with anger that Anna was here. How did Anna get invited, she said. She fell and didn't even have any technique except for leaps and spins. Rudolph and Bianca walked into the stage, and Baldo said, welcome all you wonderful dancers. Now let's start the training because we have weeks of training, and then I will pick one of you to be our Prima Ballerina. So let's begin with stretches and do our beginner positions. Pas de bras. First position, heels together, toes apart, and avant, forward arms, and hop. Arms high up over your head, arms in front of you. Second position, feet apart, arms out. Form a T with your arms. Third position, slide your left foot in front of your heel. Tuck your left foot, cross your left foot. Left arm in front position, arms curved. Fourth position, cross foot over your right foot. Fifth position, both arms up high in horse. Pas de bras. And so the girls practice and practice and practice. The student ballerina dancers practice and practice and practice. And Anna got to meet Natalie, the other girl, and even Taka Kamasusi, the male boy dancer. And Madeline looked envious at Anna. She even made fun of her leotard to the other girls. Oh, look at those old rags. Oh, and what happened to your broken shoes? Careful, you don't want to trip and break your ankle. Oh, yeah, those shoes look too big for you. You have stuffed cotton in them. And Madeline and the girls teased Anna. And Anna was teased every day in practice by the other ballerina dancers because everyone liked Madalena because her parents were really rich and noble, and she was sure to be the prima ballerina dancer, and you didn't want to cross Madeline. Oh, yeah. And Anna did her best to ignore the teasing. And then the next day was the big dance competition where Valda would pick one girl to be the prima ballerina dancer. So Anna went home through a shortcut, which was along the river towards the bridge. And there was someone following her, and she ran faster and faster, and someone was running after her. There was someone in some person with a dark hat and a dark coat, and finally someone pushed her, and she fell down, and she stumbled down the hill and landed near a tree by the water. She felt her ankle. Oh, my ankle. Oh, no. Help me, I'm broken. Oh, the prima ballerina tryout is tomorrow. I can't believe it. All my hard work is ruined. I'll never be able to be a prima ballerina. And she cried. And then she heard a little voice. Help! Oh, my ankle is stuck. Oh, help! That spider is going to get me. Oh, no, help! Oh, the spider's dark or it's going to eat me. Oh, my wings are stuck in the sticky web. Anna couldn't What is that noise? She looked, and a little tiny fairy was stuck in a sticky spider web. Oh, it was a beautiful little fairy with beautiful gold wings and a purple and pink body. And the fairy was so beautiful and had long dark hair and big giant blue eyes. And Anna hobbled to the spider with her and gently took the fairy in her hands and took off the sticky web. Oh, thank you, said the fairy. And Anna said, oh, what's your name? Oh, I am Katakuta Secondary Studio, but everyone calls me Catalina or Kaya for short. Oh, and then Catalina or Kaya said, oh, did you hurt your foot or something? And Anna said, yes. My foot hurt. Somebody pushed me down the hill, and now I'll lose my scholarship at the ballet Romanov Ballet School. And tomorrow is the ballerina tryout. Oh, I so wanted my mom to be proud of me, and now she'll just tell me that I was just destined to be a house cleaner like her, cleaning sheets for everyone in the countryside. And I had to give up my dancing. And she cried and cried. And she said, my shoes are too big anyway. Your shoes are too big, said Kaya, the little fairy. Yeah, they were a hand-me-down from my teacher, Bianca, but none were my size. I didn't tell her as I was grateful for my scholarship. Oh, may I gift you a pair of ballet shoes in return for saving me from that ghastly hairy spider, Darthor, who was going to eat me? He's eaten so many of my fairy friends. Oh, you were so kind to save me. So what are these ballerina shoes things? What do they look like? Oh, they're like this, but I'm size 5. Oh, size 5 in girls? A pink pair, how about that? And Catalina waved her magical wand, and the magical swirls swirled and swirled and swirled and sprinkled, and the fairy dust swirled all around. And then a new pair of beautiful silk pink point ballet point shoes appeared. This is the right one, said Kaya. Yes, point shoes to dance properly for the lead role. Oh, thank you. And she hobbled up, but her ankle was still swollen. Oh, my ankle! I forgot all about my shoe. It's swollen and hurts. I won't even be able. I finally have a pair of new ballet shoes that fit me, but I'm injured to dance. Oh no! cried Anna. I can't dance now. Oh, yes, dear. I see. Let me fix that. And Kaya Catalina waved her wand, and the magical fairy dust went to her shoes. Tomorrow, go to the competition, put the shoes on, and you'll be able to dance for the performance. You sure? Yes, you'll be able to dance. Don't worry. Your feet will be able to heal by tomorrow. Oh, thank you. My magical medical medicine will definitely heal your feet by tomorrow. The fairy flew off, and Anna went home. Her mother was very upset. Oh, look at you. You hurt your ankle. Dancing is a dangerous sport. Now you can't help me with the house chores. Oh, Mommy, I can still help you. She hobbled around and did the dishes and the laundry and the cooking and the cleaning and the folding and the ironing. And she rested her foot all that night, hoping that she could dance tomorrow. So the next day at the Romanov Ballet School was the big ballerina tryouts. Okay, everyone, said Avalda. Stretch. And Madeline stared at Anna when she hobbled in. Why did you come to the tryouts if you're hurt? She complained. Oh, and look, she has new ballerina shoes. Look, they're so beautiful, said Natalie. Tucky even said, oh, they're made so nice. Look at the satin and quality of the leather. Oh, you'll be able to dance so nice on these point shoes. Too bad she's hurt and can't dance in them, said Madeline. Anna said, well, how did you know I'm hurt? Did you push me yesterday? And everyone looked at Madeline. And Madeline just snapped back. What an evil thing to say! Oh, how dare you! And then Valda and Bianca walked in class, and Valda clapped his hands. Quiet! We're about to have our performance and tryouts for the Prima Ballerina. Okay. So, we are looking for our lead star in the production of Summertime in Paris. Good luck, girls, but only one of you can be our Prima Ballerina, our dazzling star. and Natalie went first and dazzled and electrified her performance. She was so great. It was a tough competition to beat, and she bowed, and she was so beamingly happy. Then Madeline was next, and she owned the dance floor with her grace and mastery of technique. She was flawless. She was perfect. She was beaming. She was sure to be the next Prima Ballerina, and she smiled, and she gave Anna a stare as she walked up. And lastly, Anna came on, and she put on her ballet shoes on, and suddenly she didn't hobble. She walked gracefully on the stage, and she twirled and leaped and leaped, and she spun and spun around like she was so spectacular. She was so perfect. She was mesmerizing. She was graceful. She was a star. She looked like a princess on the stage. Everyone was amazed and in awe of her performance. Ooh, everyone was amazed at her performance except Madeline, who stared at her, and her face was red, and she was envious and jealous. And then after the performance, Valdov came on stage and announced the winner. And the winner for this year's Prima Ballerina is Anna de Latis. And Madeline's face turned red with jealousy and anger. And then she cried out, "Her shoes have magic. Take a look at her shoes. Take her shoes off." "What nonsense is this?" said Bianca, Valdov's sister. And Madeline said, "She was hobbling, and she put those shoes on, and then she wasn't hobbling." And Valdov said, "Is this true, Anna? Did you use magic?" "No," said Anna. "Well, we must have a dance-off between the two of you," said Bianca. "Yes," said Valdov, "we must have a dance-off between Anna and Madeline to make sure there was no magic used." And Madeline smiled with her envious. "So in 2 weeks, we will have a dance-off, just to make sure." And Madeline smiled. She was so happy and looked and stared at Anna. And Anna left, hobbling home with her ballet shoes hung over her shoulder. And as she took a shortcut through the river, over the bridge over the river to her house, someone ran up and stole her shoes. "Oh, my shoes, my only shoes that fit me. Oh, no." And Anna turned around and thought she saw Madeline. And she hobbled over the bridge crying. And she was crying, "Oh, my shoes, my beautiful leather point shoes. I've never had shoes that fit me. Oh, all my training." And the fairy Kaya flew up. "What's wrong, Anna?" said Kaya the fairy. "Oh, my shoes, someone stole them." "Oh, that isn't nice. Don't worry, I'll get you a new pair." And Anna said, "But I can't have magic on them or I'll be disqualified." And Kaya says, "Oh, but there was no magic in the shoes. There was just only fast healing for your feet so that you could perform." "Oh, but I'll make some new ballet shoes for you. Beautiful point shoes that you'll be able to twirl and they'll be fitting you." And Anna thanked her fairy friend. And she went home and did all her chores, limping around the house. She hung up the sheets, she ironed the shirts, she folded the towels. She made the beds and cleaned the dirty dishes, and she practiced in her bedroom and her room every day. And soon the dance-off day arrived, and all the ballet dancers came to class in the theater company, and the parents came. And Valdov announced the dance-off between. "The dance-off today will be between our star pupil Madeline and our scholarship pupil Anna de Latis." And everyone was quiet, and everyone was wondering who would be the prima ballerina. And Madeline walked up confident, and she had on Anna's ballet point shoes. And Bianca started to play the piano, and Madeline danced to "My Big Black Cat." And Madeline, she danced and leapt, and she flew up high. Her jumps were so high and beautiful. No one has ever jumped that high as a ballerina before in the school, ever. She glided in the air, and she flew around like a bird. And then she twirled and she spun around so many times, and no one's ever spun around and twirled that many times before. And she looked like she was possessed, and she was so focused. And she spun around and twirled, and she flew up in the air again, and she flew so high that she came crashing down, and her ankle was invisible pain. and her ankle started turning red, and she started wobbling, and she leapt up again and flew like a bird, and she couldn't control her feet, and she landed hard and wobbled. Her performance was poor, and she left the dance floor angrily. When the next Anna walked up, and she danced and danced to the Pudding Fairy, and Bianca played the music, and Anna danced with grace and ease. She looked like a princess and dazzled the crowd, and with each twirl and leap and pirouette, she was a true ballerina star. And she ended her performance. And Valdep announced, "We have one clear winner of our new Prima Ballerina for our production of Springtime in Paris." And he announced, Anna Delatis will be the new Prima Ballerina. And everyone clapped and applauded. And that eve, Anna walked home, and Madeline hobbled up. "You think you won? You think you're going to beat me? That was my spot. I'm supposed to be the Prima Ballerina. How dare you try to cut into my Prima Ballerina role? That was mine, and you took it and stole it. But look what I caught. Oh, yeah." And Madeline held up a glass jar with a lid. And inside the glass jar was the tiny fairy, Kaya, trapped inside. "Help, help, 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 let me out, let me out." Madeline said, "I'll trade you for this fairy. In return, you forfeit your Prima Ballerina role to me." Anna was very sad. "Oh, my Prima Ballerina role, but that's mine. I won it fair and square." But she saw the tiny little fairy, Kaya. "Oh, let me out, let me out, let me out. Help, help, help." And Anna was so sad, but agreed to giving up her, forfeiting her Prima Ballerina role and to free her friend, the fairy. And Anna went to school and forfeited, and Madeline was set to star in Summertime in Paris in a Romanov Ballet Theater Company. And the big performance was coming soon, and all the nobles and towns came to see the big event, which was tomorrow. And Anna and her mom came to watch, even though that Anna was no longer the Prima Ballerina. They sat in the audience. Her mom's like, "That should have been you up there. I don't understand why you quit after all that hard work. Oh, so you will be destined to, I told you, to be a laundress cleaner the rest of your life. Oh, I told you it dancing would set you up for heartbreak, my dear girl, my dear girl. I'm so sorry. I told you, the rich people always win." So the red velvet curtain opened, and the music started playing, and Bianca conducted the orchestra, and Valdep welcomed. "And here is our production, and welcome everyone." And all the beautiful dancers came out, and Natalie and Teddy Kumakaya, they danced in beautiful costumes as Bianca conducted the orchestra to play the music. And Madeline was backstage putting on her costume, which was white with white fur and diamonds in it, and a diamond tiara with feathers. And suddenly she put on the ballet rouge, and her lips stiffened up, and her legs wouldn't work, and they stiffened. "Oh, my legs are up. Oh, what's wrong with my legs? Oh, they're not moving. They're stiff. Oh my God. What's wrong with my legs? They feel like they're paralyzed. Help, help." She tried taking off the shoes, but they clung to her feet. And she was like, "Help." And Valdep came up. "What is it, Madeline? What is it? You're up next. The starring Prima Ballerina role." "Oh, I can't dance. I can't dance." "What do you mean you can't dance?" "I don't know. There's something wrong with my legs. These shoes are hurting my feet." "Well, take them off." And Valdep tried to take the shoes off, and the shoes came off, and then and Madeline tried to get up, and she fell down. Her legs were frozen. They were like jelly. They won't work. Valdep said, "Oh, I don't know what to do with the show. Any minute you're supposed to be on stage." So Valdep rushed out to the audience and tapped Anna. "Anna, we need you to come backstage quickly." And Anna went backstage, and he told her that she's going to perform the Prima Ballerina role. And Anna was given the beautiful white costume with a diamond headpiece, and Anna put it on, and she stepped onto the stage, and she danced and danced. She was beautiful and graceful. She was like a magical angel. She leapt and leapt into the air. She spun around, and she twirled and twirled. She was so beautiful. She was a Prima Ballerina star, and the audience oohed and awed. Ooh, ah. And Anna